At least you can see something there.
Lovely job. Thank you very much.
No worries. You take that.
Well, this is a bit easier to walk on now that it's not wet. There's a sign up there that says we've done 99 miles and it's 531 miles to Poole, which, knowing how accurate these signs are, probably means it's about 800 miles to Poole, and we've done about 400 miles.
Another day, another hill.
Look what she's got on her feet today. Boots.
Are you the kissing statue again? Oh.
Muppet.
So we walked all the way from there, all the way around and down to here.
Yesterday. We walked all the way round and down to here yesterday. So we've made it to a little coffee hut, which is behind us there, you can probably see, for a bit of cake and a hot chocolate.
We've got another 2 miles, 3 miles maybe, but I've got a feeling this walk has been too easy, so I think we're going to finish on some killer hills.
It has been easy. I'd say it's been the easiest day we've had.
So we're thinking that we're nearly there. We're nearly there. We've just got to climb that hill, and then we're hoping that the hotel is somewhere over the other side.
Fingers crossed. I said it was the easiest day yet. Do you want one of these llamas, Mum? I think they're baby llamas. We thought the hotel was over that last hill. It's not. I think it's over that one.
The problem is when the Sun film comes out, everyone's going to think that they can walk up and down this path, and they're going to get... So we're just coming up to the hotel, just about a 5-minute walk.
I feel like we've been saying that for the last hour.
Once again.
Bloody 12s again, there we go. What am I looking at now? Today's walk is generally considered to be the hardest day of the entire path. But we're going to have to change our itinerary slightly because I've got a problem with my boots. So basically, you can see they're starting to come apart a bit there. I mean, these are brand new boots, and this is a brand that I've used for years and I've never had a problem with, not even a broken lace. But I don't really fancy walking the hardest section with the boots like that. So we're going to postpone today's section, and I'm going to go into town and try and find a shoe repair guy that can glue them back together again. And then we'll do that section a bit later on. I'm really hoping Helen forgets.
I won't be forgetting.
We've just arrived in Bude in Cornwall and went straight to the shoe repair chap, and he's glued up my shoe, and hopefully it'll be sufficient to get us through the rest of the walk. And now we've got a day in Bude, so we're going to do some washing. And there's my shoe. Helen was very pleased that the cobbler man did it because I was going to tape it up with gaffer tape. Would have been alright, wouldn't it?
Yeah, lovely.
We've just been to the laundrette. First time ever. What an experience. That was fun, wasn't it? How did you like your day out?
It was lovely. I've been to the laundrette before though, when I was a student.
Well, you're a professional then.
Mm-hmm. Castle. Oh, you take pictures of me taking pictures. Take a nice full view. Look at us being out of our hotel room at 6:30.
I'm very tired. Can we go to back a bit?
Well, why are you very tired?
What?
What have you just eaten?
Massive pizza. It was
When
probably
I
big
say
enough
massive,
for 3 people.
it was massive.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that when I ordered it, did I?
Well,
Anyway, I'm carb loading. I'll burn it off tomorrow.
okay.
You saying I'm greedy?
Aye.
Someone's just had a massive dinner, but look what she's looking at to buy now.
It's Easter. You need Easter eggs. What would you like? Which one? We were just heading out of Bude today without our rucksacks on our backs, and because we're heading back to Bude later by taxi, by Cheddar's taxis. Anything to say?
Tell them where we're going.
We're going to Crackington Haven today. 10 miles, 11 miles maybe. We haven't got our little camera today because we've got no rucksacks on, so there's nowhere to put it.
Ask me if I've got any words.
Have you got any words today?
No.
Okay.
This is a piece of cake, isn't it, without rucksacks?
Well,
Honestly, I reckon we're going to have this done in about an hour and a half.
we've only not even done half a mile yet.
All right, maybe 2 hours then. We've got to be doing 5 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It is a much easier day today without the rucksacks, but obviously it's raining because it'd be too easy otherwise, wouldn't it? So we had a question from David as to how we're navigating this route, and to answer that, every now and again there's a little acorn like that which tells us which way to go, and there's other signs as well. And in addition to that, I've got an app on my phone which has got the whole route on it, and whoops, it'll tell us exactly where we are. And if I zoom in, you can see to the nearest sort of metre really that you're on the path. So if you veer off a bit, you'll be able to use that to correct it. I forgot to say we've got one other navigational aid to help us, which is what?
Daddy's old compass.
Do you know how to use that?
No,
Oh, that's going to be a lot of help then, isn't it?
but you do.
Oh, I do. I was in the Boy Scouts till they threw me out. So we've just zigzagged all the way down that hill. You won't be able to see the path, but there's a zigzag down there, and then you can't see on the other side of that, but there's some steps down there. We've had to climb up. How are you feeling?
Well, could be better.
Is that it?
Yeah, but we're nearly there now. Okay, so day 11 and we're heading to Boscastle. Now, the sign
Is it day 11?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's always a nice sign to see, isn't it? Quite pleasant at the moment. It's not raining, but I imagine I'll be cut into a shot imminently of us getting drenched. Not more bloody polos. She thinks she's brought a horse with her. Some more llamas there for you, Mum. These ones have got horns and a death wish. More polos.
I can see the view. Oh yeah, that step made all the difference. Gosh, imagine if I hadn't have made that step and they hadn't have seen it properly. Is she gonna fall in? Ooh. What's the funny little wiggle?
Don't know. Woo.
So we've just met a couple who have told us that it's about an hour and a half to Boscastle, but obviously Helen and I are professional hikers now, and that will probably only take us about, what, 20 minutes?
Oh yeah.
So we're just climbing down this valley and we've got about a mile to go, and you can see the steps going down, and then someone's put a bloody great staircase all the way up that hill. I mean, honestly, whoever designed this is taking the piss.
And?
Camera's on.
I haven't got anything to say.
We just have to think it up.
Well, we've nearly got another, well, it says a mile. Who knows? 2 miles?
It goes for a minute, the camera. And finally, there is Boscastle. So just before we get into Boscastle, there's this little bit that goes up to that mast. Helen's going up there. I'm not. She'll say I haven't done it properly. I don't care. Go on.
So we're staying in Wellington for the night. So that's very nice, isn't it?
So we're just leaving Boscastle and the sun's out. I think the idea of this walk is to try and drop as many people off the cliff as possible. We've just had to come down these steps, which are a bit hairy anyway. I mean, they're not steps, they're just paving slabs sticking out of a wall. Look at the drop off there. As I said yesterday, they're taking the mick. What do you think about that?
Steep, isn't it?
Pardon?
A little steep.
Oh, is that it? Just a little steep. So we're getting a bit slowed down today because it's Sunday and we're quite close to some villages, and there's lots of day walkers that have come out in their jeans and stilettos. I haven't got a clue what they're doing, getting in everybody's way on the narrow paths, just causing chaos. So hopefully we'll be out in the sticks a bit soon and can make some progress. So that hill over there is absolutely teeming with tourists, but fortunately we don't have to go up there because we're going over there, so we get to stay away from them all.
I'm always eating.
First ice cream you've had?
First ice cream, not even a proper ice cream either, but it'll do.
You can tell we're on the touristy bit now, just by Tintagel Castle, because look at the state of the look, it's pavement. Back there, the stairs had a stainless steel banister all the way up. I mean, you're only one step away from fitting an escalator. This isn't the proper coast path. This is the baby's path. And just like that, we're on our own again. And there's no annoying day trippers. If you don't like heights, I would not recommend doing that. I don't like heights. The one good thing about all those steps, you ain't getting day walkers coming up there Not a chance. So I've noticed that Helen's developing this habit of walking a little bit closer to the cliff edge than I would like. But I found she responds really well to the whistle. Come by! Away, girl! Away! Come on! Look at that. What do you reckon, Alex? I think I can have her ready for working on the farm by the time we come back. So on that last headland out there, you won't be able to see it, but it's Tintagel Castle. And Boscastle is about 5 miles the other side of that. So if you add 5 miles to what you can see, that's what we've walked along today. And we've got another 2 or 3 miles probably to go to Port Isaac there. What do you think? Last one?
Oh no. That was just one too many hills.
Do you want to finish it? Well, maybe leave a little bit for me. Right, so we're just about to leave Port Isaac. We didn't get any footage yesterday because the camera battery had died, but that's the schoolhouse that you'd recognise from the programme. And then over there is Doc Martin's house and surgery, which we'll be walking up, obviously, because it's on a steep hill. Morning words?
No words this morning. I'm ready to go.
It's a very quiet holiday for me, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, hold them.
Well, good job you fill it up with words, isn't it?
Fill it up with words. And there's the village of Port Isaac. There's the schoolhouse over there, and we're just walking up past Doc Martin's house here on the left, which I imagine, oh there, Doc Martin house. I imagine they're sick to death of people photographing. So we're going to Padstow this morning, or today, and there's another little water inlet that we've got to cross by ferry from a place called Rock, and it runs all day. I've just been told by a chap that it's his understanding that it's not running today because it's a bank holiday, which makes perfect sense because it's going to be one of the busiest days of the year. So last week when it was wet, my boots started squeaking, and now it's doing it all the time. I don't know if you can hear that. So that's not going to be annoying for the next 500 miles, is it? I've just had a look on the website for the ferry, and there's nothing on there saying it's not running today, so I think it'll be running. Why would they not run on a busy bank holiday weekend? Doesn't make any sense.
Just stopped off for some cake
And why have we stopped?
because I'm grumpy.
And why are you grumpy?
Because my legs are tired.
What do you want me to do?
Well, all the way around. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Thank you.
Possibly the last hill to climb. Obviously it's full of tourists because it's only about 50 metres from a car park, I expect. So they can all hobble up here and say that they've walked the coast path. I've just noticed that we're coming up to a beach and I think we might have to cross it. Well, we all remember what happened last week when we had to cross a beach, don't we? There was a lot of drama, so this could be very interesting. Just coming down onto the beach now, and I can see a little bit of water at the bottom, and we know what Helen's like with that, don't we? So keep watching, folks. Oh, look at that, straight through. If only she'd have done that last week. We're a couple of miles away from Rock now, which is where we get the little ferry, and I guess this is where we find out if the little ferry's running. So I made it to Rock, and of course the ferry's running. And finally here we are, home for the night. So we're just leaving Padstow and it is 9:10. It's already warm, so I think it's going to be another hot day.
Scotcho.
And yes, my boot is still squeaking.
We are heading to Port Capon and we're hoping it's 13 miles and not 15, and we're also hoping that it's a relatively easy day. It says moderate in the book, or it says easy on the website. That's better than strenuous or severe, which has been the last few days.
I think we may be being lulled into a false sense of security again, because this first couple of miles have been a doddle. It's flat, a lot of it was paved, nothing challenging. What? Oh, it's the view, look.
Food stock.
So I've just had lunch in Harlem Bay and Helen's just nipped to the loo. In case it's of interest to anyone, we're following an itinerary from a guidebook by a guy called Paddy Dillon, and if you've read the Salt Path book, that's the guidebook that they started using and realised pretty much on day one that it was too challenging for them. And it is challenging. I've got no idea why I thought we could do it. Maybe we can't. We'll find out.
You know when we said it was going to be really warm? It's actually really, really cold. Are you filming me? Are you filming you?
Just for a little bit of last minute humour, we've got another little bit of water to cross on this beach, and Helen wore her trainers today because she thought she'd give her feet a rest. Enjoy, folks. She's going to try and be brave now. Nope. And she's going all the way up there because she doesn't want to get her waterproof trainers wet. Her waterproof trainers. You're not sure what to do? Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm going across and I'll wait for you on the other side, a bit like I did the last time. There we go, not a problem. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, well, that mile to where we're staying has turned into at least 2 miles. Of course it has. Just coming into Porthcawen now, and I reckon we're up that hill somewhere, obviously. So we're just leaving Porthcawen. We had a little house thing, like a shed, a posh shed with a hot tub that never got hot enough to use, and low doors that I banged my head on every time I went through. I can't get you a llama, Mum, but there's a couple of alpacas there if you want them. We are walking to Newquay this morning, and depending on which guidebook, map or sign you read, it'll be somewhere between 8 miles and 80 miles. I've got an important job to do when I get to Newquay. My boot repair from last week, or whenever it was, lasted about 6 miles before they started splitting again. So I've been nursing them along the last few days, and when we get to Newquay, I'm going to do what I should have done in the beginning. That's right, I'm going to glue them up with silicone sealant. Helen's going to be delighted because I imagine they're going to look a proper mess.
Nice view.
Good job Helen's got her boots on today, because I don't know what she'd do otherwise. Look at that lot. It's not because of that, it's because the wind is making me not be able to hear what you're saying. I can't hear you nagging. Another little beach, and we're just going to stop for brunch. Little brunch stop. What you got?
Hot chocolate
Of course you have.
and an egg bat.
And I've got a vegan or vegetarian sausage bat.
Massive bat.
They are big bats. Shove it in. Bit more wet mud from the heavy rain last night. Forgot to say, our little hut thing leaks as well. So that's two places that we've had that leaked in the rain. That's Newquay over there in the mist. Don't know if you can see it. I can barely see it.
Hello.
So that's basically Newquay, where we're going. But we've got to go all the way out there to nothing, and then come all the way back just the other side of this little green area for no reason whatsoever. We're just on the outskirts of Newquay now, about a mile from the hotel. We can't actually check in for another 30 minutes or so, but I have found a DIY shop, so we're going there first. Obviously I could just buy some new boots, but these are very comfortable and I don't really want to change them so far into the walk, and it's become a bit of a challenge now to get them to the end. So think of it as a challenge within a challenge. So I've just been to the hardware store and got some silicone, and I'll fix my boots, and I would say they're better than factory. I mean, you'd hardly know they've been repaired.
That, I think, is debatable.